Hey guys, it is the AFL Yank back here again in time for another AFL tipping video. And I'm going to be doing a round night, and this will be my tips for the 2022 AFL season for the 19th round, which will set to be taking place between, today is July 17th. So, 17th, not sure if there's a game Thursday, so July 22nd through 24th of 2022. And for the 18th round as a whole, I ended up getting 5 out of 9 tips correct. It's my worst, my least amount of wins in a round since round 8, actually. Because I've actually been pretty successful in tipping this year. I've been doing incredibly well in tipping this year, believe it or not. Just my tips have been super strong. I've usually averaged around 6-7 wins per round, but yeah, weakest round since round 8, the least amount of wins I've gotten. Well, at least by winning percentage. So yeah. So end up tipping the Saints wrong, Tigers, Frio, and Gold Coast Suns. And then the games I ended up getting right were Collingwood, the Brisbane Lions, Geelong, Hawthorn, and Melbourne. And so let's proceed to the 19th round. Here are my projected tips. And no Thursday game. We're going to have a Friday night game. It's going to be between Richmond and Freo. The Tigers coming off back-to-back frustrating losses against the Gold Coast Suns in North Melbourne. And Freo, they're coming off a massively disappointing loss against the Swans at home at Optus. The first time that Freo have actually lost a game against the Swans at Optus, believe it or not. This one could definitely be very intriguing. Tigers, they definitely need to keep their season alive. They've had some horrible losses. If they lose next week, there's a certain chance that their chances for finals could be over. And for Freo, if they win next week, they're trying to get a shot at sealing their top 4 chances, but they really need to stay on top of things. And yeah. Definitely going to be very, very intriguing. But besides that, though, I'm going to lean on... I know the Tigers are currently favored to win this game, but I have that gut feeling in me that... But yeah, it's going to be the Tigers versus Freo. Surprisingly, Freo have not been the best side in Victoria, it seems. Not really, actually. They seem to be better at Optus for many reasons. But regardless, this one's going to be very intriguing. I mean, this game could go either way, but I'm feeling lenient that Freo might get the job done, but I'm still very questioned over it. For now, I'll just say Tigers win this game by 3 points. I could definitely change the tip, to be honest. Then North Melbourne versus Hawthorn. The Kangaroos coming off their first major win in ages, pretty much. Just a massive win against Richmond. They absolutely held their ground. They almost did choke a big lead, but they were able to hang on. And what a well-deserved win they got. Yeah, it's going to be in Tasmania. I'm very lenient that Hawthorn will get the job done. I feel like they'll get it done in a very similar way that they did a couple of rounds ago. But yeah. So Tigers, I'm going to tip. I feel like they're going to matter because they want to keep their season alive and potentially make finals. But Freo could definitely hold their own ground too, so yeah, it's very up in the air. But I'll go for, let's say the Tigers for now. North Melbourne versus Hawthorn. Definitely going to go for the Hawks to win this game. I feel like they'll get it done by 18 points, by 3 goals. Then the Swans versus the Adelaide Crows at the SCG. This one's going to be a very intriguing game. Either the Swans we're going to see either one or two Swans teams. One that absolutely just tears up the field and just wreaks havoc like they have been as of late, with the big win over the Western Bulldogs, and of course the massive win over Freo this past weekend. Or we see a side that just keeps getting lost and just has various problems defeating weaker sides, which is what we saw against Essendon, and it was incredibly frustrating. Regardless, though, this will be the first game with Jordan Dawson back at the SCG, but in a Crows jumper. This one is definitely going to be a very interesting match, but very trustworthy in the Swans as of late. They've done really well, and they've handled the Crows pretty well in the past too. So I feel like this could potentially be close, but I'm gonna say Swans by 16 for now. But I feel lenient that the Swans will pretty much dominate this game. So yeah. Then Port Adelaide versus the Geelong Cats. Port played a really good contest against the D's this past weekend, but Cats, they just keep up the momentum. They just absolutely keep it up. I would honestly not be surprised if Port actually pulled an upset here, but I feel like the Cats are going to be too strong for them. Like, even if Port play their best, I feel like the Cats will just be too good. I'm going to say Cats by 25. Brisbane Lions versus the Gold Coast Suns. Just the Q clash is a freaking joke. No doubts about that. Lions get the big win here. I'm going to say Lions win big. Western Bulldogs versus Melbourne. The D's coming off a huge win over Port in Darwin. And the Doggies coming off a big win against St. Kilda, but I just don't really see them holding their ground. I know the Doggies did defeat Melbourne last year in the regular season, like very late into the regular season before finals, but I feel like the D's are just going to be too strong for them. See, I'm going to go D's to win this game by 19 points. I feel like it could be close, but I think the D's will get the job done. Marvel Stadium, Carlton versus GWS. Carlton coming off a massive loss against Geelong, which really has messed up their finals hopes. Carlton sitting in 7th right now. GWS, their season is basically over. And I feel like Carlton will get the job done. I know they have struggled against the Giants in the past, but I feel like Carlton have changed a new leaf. I'm going Carlton to win at least by 22 points. Collingwood versus Essendon. Very, very intriguing match. Essendon have just been such a dangerous side as of late, and the Pies, one of the longest winning streaks. They have currently the longest winning streak along with the Cats with 8 wins in a row. Just absolute dominance from the Pies. This one's so intriguing. My God. I know Essendon have had a good run as of late, but to be honest, I feel like the Pies got this in the bag. Let's say Pies by 8. Actually, never mind. I feel like Essendon could be strong enough to potentially upset the Pies. This could change either hand because the Pies have just been so good at handling pressure and all that, but I feel like I just have that certain feeling in me that Essendon might actually beat Collingwood. It's possible. See, I'm going to go upset of the week here. Essendon beats Collingwood. But it could go either way. So I could definitely change my tip. And finally, the West Coast Eagles versus St. Kilda. No surprise. Free win for the Saints. 33 points. And that's the tips for round 19 of the 2022 season I have so far. I will definitely change the tips. I will make notes about it when I do the live streams and all that goodness. So yeah. Geelong first, East second, Lions third, Swans fourth, Freo fifth, Blues sixth, Pie seventh, and the Tigers in eighth. Saints ninth, Doggies 12th, Port 11th, Suns 12th, Hawks 13th, Bombers 14th, GWS 15th, Crows 16th, Eagles 17th, and finally the Roos in dead last in 18th. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am the AFL Yank signing out. Come on, Swannies!